So you, from my understanding, you into the liquor business. Speak on that.
Into the liquor business.
What you doing? What you doing?
I am the liquor business.
You in the liquor business? Tell us about the liquor business, man.
But yeah, so the liquor business, man, I was always intrigued by the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I wasn't in spirits, when I was just doing, throwing parties
Right.
and initially getting into the music business, I would see like, how the prices would change and how the severity of like what was behind the bar changed. And I was always interested. But then it was a lady by the name of Jackie Lee. And Jackie Lee was at Diageo. And she, had this Crown Royal thing. Now, mind you, big shout out to Chris Latimer, the Prasad brothers back in the Tanqueray days, Cancun, like all that, right? But I wasn't hip to like the connection. I got hip to the opportunity and connection from Jackie Lee. And she was at Diageo, and she wanted me to hook up with Alex, who was in Atlanta, to, do a sponsorship. And I was like, how does that work?
Yeah.
And she told me, and I was like, damn, y'all spend that much money? So as I was moving and grooving in the music business, I was connecting the dots with not only liquor, but like brands. Because brands wanted to be a part of hip hop in a major way at this time. So I'm plugging and playing, but then it got to the point where a friend of mine, Regina Gaines out of Detroit, and my partner Wendell I was telling you about, she brought this tequila to us. And it was called Tequila Distinguido, right? And so, mind you, I had been at Rockefeller already, so Armadale was in play. I already heard all these liquor brands and these songs, but the first, Jay and them, Dame and them had Armadale, so they was the first trying to do it, but it really wasn't connecting. But I was making so many plays that I felt like, I want to be in this business too. And so Tequila Distinguido was the first thing that came about. So I went to Mexico, did all the agave fields, armored cars, guns, like the whole thing. Tequila in Mexico was unbelievable.
Right, yeah.
People on top of the houses. So I'm going through this whole shit. That didn't work out. But when Puff had hired me, fast forward 2013, when Puff had hired, that sparked my interest. Fast forward to 2013, when he was about to launch Revolt, and I said, cool. He ended up halfway through the Revolt shit asking me to help him with Cohn's Wine and Spirits because he was about to launch De Leon Tequila. So I went to Sean Cohn's Wine and Spirits and did Apple Ciroc, Mango Ciroc, two of the biggest sellers they ever had in the flavor category, De Leon Tequila. And I was supposed to get equity in Revolt on some kind of level, like the seniority equity. Not no major piece, but something. And then when I went to Sean Cohn's Wine and Spirits, there was conversations of that transferring some kind of way. Never happened. So when I got to the point where I knew this wasn't gonna happen, I was like, I'm going back to Atlanta. And I told old boy and Lindsay and whoever I led to goddamn California that I'm out. I got back to Atlanta 2 months later, I met Fawn Weaver. And Fawn Weaver was working on a project called Uncle Nearest.
Okay.
Uncle Nearest is the slave that taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey. And had the opportunity to invest.
Hold on, that's a jewel there. He was the slave that taught
Uncle
Jack
Nearest.
Daniels how to make.
Yeah, he was the slave. Uncle Nathan Nearest Green, what affectionately known as Uncle Nearest, was the slave that taught Jack Daniels. And because of Fawn Weaver's work, Jack Daniels has honored him as the first African-American master distiller on record. They have an ode to Uncle Nearest at the Jack Daniels distillery. Since we launched 6 years ago, first 5 years we did 100 million in business. This year in 2023, we're doing 100 million in business. So I just show you where we were and where we're going. We have a distillery called the Nearest Green Distillery in Shelbyville, Tennessee, where we just opened Humble Baron Bar, which is home to the longest bar in the world according to Guinness Book of World Records. But Fawn Weaver, man, is a super fucking human. And because of that relationship, obviously I have equity in Uncle Nearest, but I also was able to acquire equity in Haitian Cremos-inspired cream liqueur called LS Cream. And I also have ownership in Spearhead Spirits, which is Vusa Vodka and Bayab Gin, the first African-owned, Black-owned spirit out of the continent, and also highlights resources in and around the continent. Our vodka's made of sugar cane. The gin is made of the baobab fruit from the tree of life. So, just taking it up another level, but I had the opportunity to invest, man, that's steamrolling into a bunch of opportunities in the spirit world, which is the liquor industry. It's just been a blessing. I'm batting 7 million right now. I mean, I was trying to give the baseball analogy.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's incredible, man. You did a lot of business stuff, man. Like the Ryan, the
Ryan Kenny,
yeah, that was all dress shirts, right?
Yeah, second black designers ever in Saks Fifth Avenue. First was Willie Ware, then us. Now it's Virgil, Rui, Jerry Lorenzo. So we opened up the door for all that too.
Right. So yeah, you was a lot of first and second of a lot of stuff, man.
God is good.
God's good. Yeah.
They will erase you, Curtbone, if you don't tell a story, man.
Yeah. Well, I respect it, and you keeping it clean. But I'm impressed that you keeping it clean with guys that's what they consider echelon. You know what I'm saying?
Upper echelon. Yeah.
So I respect that because and you ain't sorting nobody up because a lot of times people they keep that in their brain. Man, one day he might. Want to do something with me, or
but it ain't even that. It's respect, right?
Yeah.
If I can't say somebody my idol,
right,
and not have a level of respect for what they did for culture, I might not like the way our relationship is. And again, the only reason I tell you a glimpse of it, and trust me, it's not the stories I could be telling about everybody. Like you know what I'm saying, but it's about.
We got time now. I'm messing with you.
Nah, that can't. That ain't even going no book. Because, again, though, and I think you understand this from the street, like certain things just ain't to be told.
Exactly.
But I also got to give youngers that's looking at me and you that, because when I was a young and looking at y'all, I thought that was the way.
Right.
The only way. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But you learn and you fucking grow from your learnings. You don't fucking learn and go back to the dumb shit. Just like you ain't come home and want to do no dumb shit. You had already been setting up your life prior to that. The all days, the parties, or whatever. Like all that was vision on your vision board. But I don't like when people don't tell the stories that are necessary. I could sit here and talk about the accolades all day. But if you ain't heard nothing that's authentically, resonating, you know what I mean? All that shit is fluff.
Right, and that's why it's the name is Changing Jewels. We want all the jewels you can give out. Man, you made a lot of great business deals. What's the worst business deal Kitty ever made?
That's a great fucking question. You getting good at this, huh? You got a future in this, huh, champ?
They say a broken clock right twice a day.
Yeah. I think the worst business deal, man. I would say the worst business deals. I don't know. I ain't got a lot of bad deals. You know what? The music business.
Oh, the music business?
The music business, man. I done gave a lot of people shots, man, invested in people's dreams, man. And I've had success, but not the success I wanted from it.
Right.
So I would deem the music business as a failure.
Speaking of the music business, why haven't the DMV music courts? Why haven't Spo? Like I'm saying Louisiana, I'm saying Houston, I'm saying everything. Why the DMV music business?
Because we can't stay together for more than 2 weeks. We cannot stay on the same accord long enough for us to really get some real steam.
And I hear that stay together. Break it down, Louis. What's staying together? Give me
staying
some
together is having one message. Atlanta don't.
Okay.
They might fight, but you don't be hearing about that shit all over the world.
Right.
When it's time to get on stage and represent Atlanta, they represent Atlanta. Right. Same with Houston. When you go to some shit like the rodeo in Texas, all of them together.
All of them together.
You know what I mean? California, like they do the same, but it's like DC. Everybody got to be better than everybody. I got to have one up on you, Slim. Right. Whatever that is. Right. And it's sad, man, because we keep giving away talent. Right. When you look at the Ari Lennoxes, when you look at the Wale's, and just even before that, like, you know what I mean? But it's, it's something we can outgrow. It's been so long of the bullshit, though. I really don't know at times, but I have to believe that, we can outgrow it. But if they don't, we just gonna keep putting on the way we putting on. Right. Keep stacking up the wins and have that be light for people. Cause sometimes, man, sometimes motherfuckers ain't gonna get it, man. Sometimes motherfuckers just gonna be in that motherfucking shithole mentality they in, they gonna stay in it. Right. You can't save everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
But you keep doing the good work, somebody gonna benefit from it.
That's true. You've been around the whole industry. You've been around the actors, you've been around the athletes, you've been around the hip-hop culture. Anybody out there flyer than Kenny Burns, man? If you got anybody fly to here?
I want to tell all my aspiring fashionistas and fashion gents, something, man. You gotta believe in it more than anybody else. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, there's a lot of people that believe in their process. Right. But yeah, it's a lot of fly cats out here. You know what I mean? And women putting that shit on.
Right.
So.
But you ain't met nobody fly the kitty yet.
Nah, I just, man, I'm 1-on-1, man, and not even like on the dressing. I know people that dress better than me, but I don't know nobody confidence like mine or that could be confident still. Like, I'm gonna tell you some shit. This is some fly shit.
Right.
I've never said my name on a mic hosting.
You never said this, Kenny?
No. Have I ever said? You ever been to the party? Oh, and heard me say that shit? Kurt, you ever been to the party? And hear me say my name?
Never. You shoot everybody else out that's in the band.
I don't even never do that, but I see that's fly.
Right.
That's why niggas love me. Like, and so my thing is, like, at the end of the day, you have to be able to, put that shit on, but like, it got to be in you too. So
that's strong. Do you feel like you get your credit in the hip hop community?
Man, I don't need no credit from them.
But do you feel like you get it?
I mean, I ain't got no choice. I keep putting out shit to remind them.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about with nobody. Like, cause they want to give their version of it so that they stay at the top of it.
Right.
I'm cool where I sit in it.
Right.
I am cool with where I sit in it. I just feel like, what's yours is yours. But the problem with people, they tap out too quick. Mm-hmm. They think I'm gonna do this and then it's gonna let it, it's gonna carry me. No, you gotta keep doing this shit till you up out this motherfucker. And then you gotta have somebody else that's gonna carry on the name or amplify the beauty and the opportunities you brought to it. And that's what plan I'm on. I'm not going nowhere no time soon.
Out the park, niggas know me. Curtbone, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a roll.
Thank you for watching Changing Jewels on Curtbone TV. If you like the jewels that we are dropping, subscribe, hit the notification, and share with some friends. And I'll see you on the next episode of Changing Jewels, Curtbone TV.